The United States is quickly turning into just one giant asylum before our very eyes. How insane are things getting right now? Things are getting so crazy that Zoe Saldana is apologizing for not being black enough to play Nina Simone. That is how absolutely insane everything is right now. When I saw this story, I was like, are you actually kidding me? This has to be a joke, right? Unfortunately, it is not. This is ridiculous. This is beyond absurd. How on earth have we gotten to this point where if you aren't black enough or you don't have the right ethnical background, then you can't play a character in a movie? That is how insane we have gotten. Like how wait, why I'm just so lost for words right now. How are people living in this delusional fantasy clown world? It is absolutely insane. Zoe Saldana breaks down in tears in an interview when she apologizes for playing Nina Simone and not being black enough. I'm not even joking you. Let's go ahead and get into this. Before we do, if you guys would, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate that. Let's get into this. So, Guardians of the Galaxy's Zoe Saldana, who, by the way, I'm a pretty big fan of Zoe Saldana's acting career. I've enjoyed most of her movies and stuff. Apologizes for not being black enough to portray Nina Simone in a 2016 biopic. 4 years after facing a massive wave of backlash, Guardians of the Galaxy alum Zoe Saldana has addressed the controversy surrounding her casting as Nina Simone in the 2016 biopic Nina. By the way, I haven't seen the movie. Nina, but I have watched some clips of the movie. Zoe Saldana does a great job in the movie. She does a fantastic job. I don't understand how we've gotten to this point where doing a good job portraying a character in a movie no longer qualifies. What qualifies is how black you are in real life. This is insanity. When the film first released in 2016, Saldana was faced with a fierce backlash from critical race theorist critics, with many, so basically just a bunch of clowns, basically, with many activists stating that the Afro-Latina actress was not black enough to portray the late singer. Are you insane? By the way, activists, every time I see the word activist now, anytime someone says that they're an activist, I'm just like, okay, so basically I shouldn't take you seriously. Basically, you are trying to do everything you can to just rip apart society, create conflict. You aren't actually out there trying to do anything good or unifying, right? So anyway, Saldana's casting even resulted in direct aggression being leveled against her from the official Twitter handle of the late singer's estate, who demanded that Saldana take Nina's name out your mouth for the rest of your life. Are you insane? This is pathetic. This is beyond how did we get to this point? Do these people actually think that going after someone like Zoe Saldana, who's just trying to do her job, and she, from everything I've seen, she did a fine job in that movie. From everything that all the clips that I've seen, her acting looks like it is fine. I don't understand what the big controversy is here. But anyway, we've gotten to the point where we are now going after people like Zoe Saldana because she isn't black enough to play Nina Simone. Do people actually think that this is going to help unify people? Do people actually think that this is going to be something that is going to be helpful to people, that is going to be something that is going to bring more people together? Absolutely ridiculous. So Zoe Saldana says, "I'll tell you what freedom is to me. No fear. I mean, really, no fear." And that's apparently a quote from Nina Simone. And then Nina Simone's official Twitter handle replied and said, "Zoe Saldana, cool story, but please take Nina's name out of your mouth for the rest of your life." Wow. So I really hope that people are going to start getting after white people who also aren't the right ethnical background. Like, if we have someone who has a background in, let's say, the Scandinavian countries, who's playing someone who is from the British, from Great Britain and stuff. I really hope that we're going to get after that person, because they don't have the right ethnical background to play that character. This is all just so stupid. Simone's estate described the casting as painful, gut-wrenching, heartbreaking, nauseating, and soul-crushing. Who is the idiot running Nina Simone's account? I'm very curious about that. Who is the idiot behind this account? On August 4th, Saldana sat down with Steve Canals, the creator and executive producer of the next Netflix drama Pose, to chat Afro-Latinidad and colorism. Are you serious? We're now just having chats about colorism? Colorism? Are you kidding me? In the interview, Saldana states that she believes she should have never played Nina. She continues, "I should have done everything in my power with the leverage I had 10 years ago. I should have tried everything in power to cast a black woman to play an exceptional black woman." I don't know what to say. I'm just blown away that this is where we've gotten. And it's not going to stop here. It's going to get worse, everyone. The longer that we let this type of woke insanity continue, it is going to get worse. It is not going to stop. Things are going to continue to get more and more insane as we start to create more and more of these ridiculous rules, these ridiculous guidelines that people need to follow in order to stay woke. Wokeism is a cultish problem that we have in our country right now. It is a downright evil thing. It is absolutely insane. She goes on to praise the late singer, observing that Simone had a life and a journey that should have been honored to the most specific detail, because she was a specifically detailed individual about her voice, her opinion, her views, her art, and she was so honest, so she deserved better. At one point during the interview, Saldana breaks down and delivers a tearful apology to the public, stating, "And with that said, I'm sorry. I am so sorry, because I love her music. It wasn't enough. She made it enough. But with that said, she's one of our giants. Somebody else should have stepped up. Somebody else should tell her story." Saldana continues, "I'm besotted that Nina Simone, her story hasn't been like a global effing impact when we're taking her music for car commercials, and I'm taking her image, her story, and I think I'm okay to tell it." If her music is being used in things like car commercials, isn't that an impact? Like, I don't understand this train of thought here. If she's gotten to the point where she is so relevant and so big, and she is making such an impact, then does the fact that she's in car commercials, shouldn't that be a proof of that? The fact that people use her music everywhere, shouldn't that be a proof that she is making an impact? I'm just, I don't know. I swear, there is something mentally wrong with people who think this way. Seriously. If you are thinking this, if you are breaking down in tears because you weren't black enough to play a character in a movie, that is a problem. That is a huge problem. By the way, like I said, I like Zoe Saldana for the most part as an actress, and I like her acting. I think that she does a fine job. But this is the problem. The fact that she is completely just caving to the woke mob, to the outrage culture, that is not good. And that is not going to satiate them. They are not going to be satisfied by you alone bending the knee to them. They will not be satisfied until everyone has bent the knee to their cause. And even then, that is not going to be enough, because as we see, they continue to eat each other alive as well. So there's nothing you can do to ever satisfy these people. Why do people continue to try? Why do people continue to try to appease the woke outrage mob? There is nothing you can do to please them, to satisfy them. We've been appropriating ourselves. So this is Zoe continuing. Someone like Nina Simone for a very long time, and I just want her story to be told, and I want it to be right because she deserves it, and our Americans deserve it because Americans in today's America deserve her story to be told. You told her story, didn't you? So I don't, just because you're not black enough, that suddenly is just gonna throw a monkey wrench in this entire thing. I don't, this, am I the only one that thinks that this is just absolutely, just completely ridiculous? Am I the only one? She then promised, I know better today, and I'm never going to do that again. Never. As the interview comes to a close, Saldana explains that, so bad, I'm learning and I'm still processing it. Processing for 10 years, and I think it's a conversation I want to have. I'm not going to allow people to violate me to make me feel less than. She then pledged, I'm going to be open to this conversation so that we can grow from it, and we can give back to ourselves and to each other our identity, for it's about time. Oh my gosh.